Hi, this is Matt from Audio Plugin Deals. Today we're looking at the SynthMaster Everything Bundle from KV331. Let's have a look at it. In the SynthMaster Everything Bundle, we get SynthMaster 1, 2, and 3, as well as close to 7,500 presets. So like I said, we get SynthMaster 1, which looks like this, SynthMaster 2, which looks like this, and then SynthMaster 3, which looks like this. And given that SynthMaster 3 is fully backwards compatible, it makes sense for this video to be focused mainly on that. And the layout of the synth is incredibly well done in that it can be as simple as you want or as complex as you want. And the default preset is a really good example of that. And presumably that's why they chose it as a default. So let's have a listen and remember that this is just one instance of SynthMaster playing. And like the preset says, it is a drum and bass and a groove. And what is happening in this preset is it is made up of several layers. So we have to the far left, and we can just solo this, we have just a clap layer. Being triggered by the sequencer here, we have a closed hat, again being triggered by the sequencer here, a kick, another hat, and then the layer here, which is the bass and the groove, if you like. And that's why I was saying it can be as easy or as complex as you want. So it's entirely possible, if we go to init up here now we only have one layer, one oscillator, one filter, etc. So we can start off absolutely the bare basics. However, should we wish, we can add another oscillator here, of which there are several options. We have Granular, Additive, we have Vector, Wavetable, and Virtual Analog, or we can add a modulator in here. We can stick with one filter if we like, or once again, we can add an additional ones. And once again, several options for that. So we've got digital, virtual analog, ladder types, state variable, we've got a comb filter here, format, phase filter. They all sound really good as well. In the envelope section, we have typical ADSRs, we have multi-stage envelopes or LFOs. And then moving down to the right, we have the routing section. And this being a very basic init patch, the routing is quite simple. However, if we were to add a new oscillator, so let's just put in a granular for example, then we now have in the routing section, we now have this oscillator appear. And you might be guessing where this is going. We can also add a new filter, drag this down here, and we can route them as we please. So like I said right at the start, this can be as simple as you want or really as complex as you want, with the options being, dare I say, endless. We then have the effects section, so if we right click, several options there, the usual suspects. We have a sequencer that we saw in the default preset, as well as an ARP. So this is a perfect synth to start with if you're a beginner, but also one that you'll never tire of because you can go as mental as you want with the patches. So that was just a very brief overview. And the reason for keeping it so brief is because the main value in this bundle is in the presets themselves. And like I said, there are 7,500 of those. So I want to get on and demonstrate some of those. So let's click on the browser up the top here. They're all really conveniently laid out by bank, also by instrument type, various attributes here, and then styles as well. And if we scroll down to the right, basically we keep on scrolling, all the way to the end. We have, like I said, almost 7,500, 7,455 to be precise. Any ones with a play here have the NKS autoplay feature, which is really, really handy for auditioning presets. And in fact, that's the way I'm going to do it for this video. So let's have a look, shall we? Let's start with Acid and have a listen to what this has to offer. That's really nice. And I must remember to restrain myself here. Let's have a look now in Electro. ethnic. I love the diverse range of sounds as well. To have percussion in here also. Funk. That's huge. Hardstyle. Just the range of sounds here. Let's have a listen to reggae. That could be one of my favorite presets names of all time. Atom Sandler. Whoever thought of that? Genius. Soul. Really is a very nice sounding instrument. Synthwave. Okay, my new favorite. Let's go trance. Starting to sound like a broken record. Lots of them are my new favorites. Let's keep moving on so I don't get distracted. Let's have a listen to Trap. Oh, loving that. Really like that one. Let's find some drum and bass if there is such a category. Yes. Of course there is, because there's everything. So all your dubstep needs are covered apparently. Wow. The mandatory Reese. So really cool. No matter what your style of music, you are covered here. Just have a look at the categories. I'm sure no matter what type of music you make, it is featured in here. Even game audio is featured here. So go check it out on Audio Plugin Deals. Like I said, it is heavily discounted compared to buying everything individually. And if you want an incredibly flexible and versatile synth with thousands, literally thousands of presets, then you can't go wrong with this. So thanks for watching, and I'll be back shortly with something else. We'll see you then. Bye.